Hello folks, welcome back. In this video we're going to be turning our slider into a dynamic Codeigniter module. I'm kind of laughing here a wee bit. Whenever I say the word dynamic I kind of laugh, you know. Back in the 90s when you said the word dynamic people would go woo. But I think those days have passed. Nobody's impressed with this stuff, right? Anyway, you will be impressed when you see what's coming up because we're going to make this slider totally dynamic. It's going to be fantasticola. Now, some people are watching this video and they're thinking, how's it going to handle resizing? How's it going to handle, you know, fitting the pictures inside the slider so that they're all the right size and they look good? Listen, we're not going to cover any of that. Because the truth of the matter is, when you're dealing with a company who are in any way semi-serious about their website, then the obligation is on them to familiarize themselves with Photoshop and how to resize images and how to come up with offers and banners, how to make it look nice and all of that type of stuff. That's not our obligation, nor is it the script's obligation. So when you sell an online shop to a real company, the vibe is you have to either teach them how to make their own banners, you know, show them how to use Photoshop and all of that, or you have to let them figure it out. And some companies have somebody on board who does the Photoshop stuff, you know. I've seen that so many times where you have like an office administrator or something who doubles up as the banner guru. But sometimes they'll maybe just hire somebody from Fiverr.com or, you know, Elance or whatever people are into these days, you know. But we're not going to be dealing with any of that business of resizing. Our assumption is that they know how to make nice banners and they know how to make those banners an appropriate size for the slider, which in this case I think is 1140 pixels by 260. Okay, anyway, shall we begin? Okay, so if you log in as an administrator and you think about some of the things that we've made, right? The question is, have we made anything before that's kind of structurally similar to the vibe that we are looking for here? So think about it. It's going to be a thing with images, right? And there's going to be some text, obviously, maybe to have the link or something there. Is there anything at all we've made that's along those lines? Now, if you're thinking store items, I actually don't really agree. Now, sometimes when you're trying to figure out if there's something similar, sometimes it's nice to look at the database. So have a look at the database structure, right? Have a look and think about how this is going to work. We're going to probably need two tables. We're going to need one table that displays the sliders, right? So, you know, we can give the sliders a name and, so, you know, maybe a URL or something, right? So we're going to have that. And then we're going to have another database table that contains the actual slides. And it's going to have a slider ID that will link to the kind of main parent table. So is there anywhere where we've done something like that before? Oh yeah, yes, congratulations Einstein. You truly are a marvel of modern day science. Yes, and I just pressed something that was weird there. But don't worry, you are right. The vibe is homepage blocks and homepage offers. Structurally, they are very similar to the type of vibe that we are looking for. So, let's go into homepage blocks and we'll hit export, right? It's always nice to do things from a database point of view, I think, before we become entrenched in code, you know? So I'm going to be having a look at just the data, okay? Just the data. No, sorry, not the data, the structure. Hello? Just the structure. And they've changed this about, so forgive me if I seem a bit lost here. Anyway, I think I've got it now. This is the structure of homepage blocks. I'm going to copy that vibe. And I'm gonna do something like that. Oh gee. And I'm gonna replace homepage blocks with sliders. We'll call it sliders, right? We'll stick with plural when we can. So we now have the SQL. Oh yes, we have the SQL, and the excitement is quite unbearable. I'm going to paste that in. Okay, and we've now got a table called sliders somewhere. If I refresh the page, maybe that'll help. Okay, going into the shop. Sliders, here it is. Everything is cool, okay. Now, it's probably a good idea. I think it's probably a good idea quite early on to sort out the slides table. Do you know what I'm saying? So we've got sliders. Let's do slides. Now we know that that's going to be similar to homepage offers. So once again, I'm going to do the same vibe. I'm going to export that, and I'm only interested in the structure. And let's just do that, shall we? Okay. And I have a feeling that somebody out there is watching this video and they know how to do this in about 2 clicks. So, you know, I always get people coming back saying, hey man, you could have done this, you know. You know. Anyway, this is going to be called slides. Can you handle the vibe? It's called slides, right? So let's copy that son of a gun. Head into the database like so. Pasting in, and here we go. Excellent. So you should now have 2 new tables, one that's called sliders and one that's called slides. Okay, we know that sliders is going to be very similar to homepage blocks. Let's go into homepage blocks here. I'm going to duplicate homepage blocks, and this is going to be now called not cilders. I've done it again. Sliders. There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Your applause is very much appreciated. So now I'm going into sliders here. I'm going to rename the files, right? Look out for that capital S. So we've got sliders is the name of the controller, and MDL sliders is the name of the model thing. Okay, now I'm going to close this vibe here, and then I'm going to find within this folder, I am going to find the word or the homepage underscore blocks, okay? And I'm going to replace that. What on earth is all of this junk? I'm going to replace that with sliders, okay? So let's just replace across the module. Here we go. 40 occurrences within 6 files. Okay, so we save and close, we save and close, we save and close. Yes, indeed. And we save and close. Okay, good. Now, if we go back to the admin panel here and remind ourselves how this works, you'll see that all of the action happens at manage homepage offers, right? And the URL is homepage blocks /manage, and you see how it says homepage offers here. Well, I'm going to go back into this find and replace vibe, and I'm going to search for homepage offers, and I'm going to change that to sliders. Now look out for those capital letters, it's very important, right? And I'm going to replace. Okay, 3 occurrences, 2 files, that's all right. Save and close, yes indeed. So if we now go to sliders /manage, it's not going to be perfect. In fact, it's going to be pretty far from perfect. Hold on a second, I've done something stupid. I bet you have, there's a typo somewhere. Sliders, there we go. Homepage blocks at the top, we change that to sliders. Of course we change it to sliders. Is everything else okay? Is everything okay here? Hello? Yes, I think it is. Right, okay. It's probably a good idea to sort out the model as well. And that's okay. Right, okay. Here we go again. Hello, thank you very much. Here we go. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Now I can see that we've got this phrase homepage offer singular appearing, and that ain't too cool, so I'm going to replace homepage offer with slider across the whole module. There's 5 occurrences and 4 files. Who would have thought? Okay, now we might be doing this a few times. It's all part of the game. Okay, so let's just do that. And that's okay, actually. Now it says slider block. Oh gee, I don't know about that. I think we'll do another one of these slider block things, and we'll replace slider block with slider. Here we go. 2 occurrences across 2 files. Okay, we can handle it. Save and close, save and close. Okay, manage sliders. Okay, excellent. So we've got a vibe, existing sliders. We could probably do an if statement and get rid of this and make the page a bit more graceful. You know, you currently have no sliders, but let's just move forward, okay? So create new slider goes like this, okay? And we've got a vibe that says offer block title. You know what's coming up, okay? I know you love watching this. Offer block is going to be getting changed to slider. Okay, that's good. Save and close, yes indeed. Okay, so here we go, refresh. So create new slider, slider title. I'm going to call this slider Fender Offers, okay, and I'm going to hit submit. Now it says the homepage offer was successfully added, right? So that's not too cool. I'm going to change homepage offer to slider, and they're going to be in lowercase. So here we go. 7 occurrences, 1 file, save and close. Thank you very much indeed. Let me just do another one actually. So Fender offers 2, submit. The slider was successfully added. Now I don't know if I'm into the word added. Let me just change that to created. Okay, so the slider was successfully created. Yes, I am that fussy. Where we've got update associated offers, let's change the word offer to slide. Okay, so that's offer. It's going to change to slide with a capital O, right? Offer is being changed to slide. Here we go. And replace. There was only one of them. And let's do offer with a lowercase o. And we'll change that to slide as well, right? So here we go. Across the module. Oh, sorry. Across the module. 27.5, right? Excellent. Replace. Here we go. And saving and closing. Everything looks good. Yes, indeed. So if we refresh this, we can see that it says previous page, and the previous page is that. Don't worry about this sortable list thing. We'll come on to that in a minute, okay? If we create a new slide again, let me just do that. Right, add anything you want and hit submit. The slider was successfully created. Yeah, that's okay. Delete entire slider. What is previous page? That looks good. Yep, update the associated slides. We'll do that later. We've got the slider details here, and we can update those, and that's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. Previous page works. Everything works. Delete entire slider. Are you sure you want to delete the entire slide block? Now, hold on a second. That's not a good phrase. Slide block. We're just going to change that to slide. 4 occurrences. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? And I know that this is boring, but isn't it much nicer than having to use your brain? Delete entire slider. Yep. I'm happy. Happy. Yes, good. Okay, nice job. Now let's have a quick look at this slider table here, because there's some things that we can be doing. And you'll see that we've got a thing called priority here, and we really don't need that, okay? We do not need that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to change priority to target underscore URL, okay? Target URL, and we'll make this a variable character of 255, target URL, okay? So wherever we see priority in this module here, we're going to change priority to target underscore URL. Okay, there we go. So we are saving and closing, yes indeed. And I'm going to now open up. Have I just lost the site there? I am that much of an idiot, folks, I kid you not. Right, here we go. So I'm going to open up Slider, the controller here, right? And I want to look for instances of that thing that's called target URL. So let's have a look. Pardon me. Right, so select all from sliders, order by, I'm going to order by, do you see how that's called block title? That's not too cool. I'm going to change that to slider title, okay? So let's again, I know that you love all of this stuff, right? I mean, you just love watching some guy doing find and replace all day long, you know? Well, you're very welcome. Find in folder, so we're looking for block title, block underscore title, replacing with slider title. Okay, here we go. So replace. Okay, so here we go. Yes indeed, thank you very much, thank you very much indeed. Someday I'm going to make a framework, you know, and you won't need to do any of this stuff. But in the meantime, let's just change this column so that instead of block title, it now says slider title. Okay, so this table is really starting to take shape here, folks. And you see where it says slider details here? We're going to add a new field in that represents slider URL, okay, or the target URL. So if we jump in here again, and it's probably on the create view file, okay? So if we open up that and have a look, you'll see that we've got a vibe that says slider title. I'm going to copy that, paste it in here. Now let me tidy up a little bit, will you? Something like that, and something like that, and maybe something like that. Right, so this is going to say target URL, and the vibe is that people will be able to just paste in the URL where they would like this particular slider thing to appear. Can you handle that? I think you can. So that's what's going to happen. And if we open up sliders, the controller, and if we look at create, which is where the action is, when they submit things, okay, look at the validation rules. It's requiring that the slider title comes in. I'm going to do the same vibe with target URL, okay? So here we go. It's just simple form validation, and same vibes actually, max length 240 and all of that. Fetch data from post needs a little bit of work, because now we have target URL, okay, and fetch data from DB is also going to have data target URL equals row target URL. Okay, that's my daily demeaning moment here. Thank you very much. Right, so that's kind of cool actually. Let me just have a quick look at create and we'll make sure that we're happy. So if everything is cool, fetches data from post, updates it, yes, everything's cool. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, excellent. So if we go back to this page and hit refresh, you'll see that we've got a target URL. Now I'm just going to say some URL. I mean, who cares just now, right? But we'll say submit. And that is awesome. I'm going to go back to the previous page. Okay, good. Everything is looking awesome. Now we do have an error here. Of course we have an error. What do you think this is? Anyway, yes, we have an error. The reason why we've got an error is because it's trying to draw one of those sortable list things, you know, and we really don't need that. There's no need whatsoever to do a sortable list. As a matter of fact, we can just do a regular table, something like that, or something like, what else have we got here? Something like that. Now that's fine. That looks okay, right? Web pages manage. Let's borrow some stuff here. Web pages manage. It's the view file. Yes, indeed, it's the view file. So I'm going to grab this little table here from web pages manage. Okay, it's a nice table. It has everything we need, and it makes me feel good. So I'm going to grab that, copy it. I'm going to open sliders manage, okay? And you see where it's saying draw sortable list? That's just not cool at all. So I'm going to just paste in our glorious, fabulous table that we picked up from somewhere else. That's kind of good. Now, do we have a query coming into this sliders things? Hold on a second. Sliders manage. Okay, we do not have a query, but that's not a problem, folks. It's not a problem. Don't panic. All we're going to do is we're just going to say data query is this get, and we'll order by slider title. So we're now passing the query in. Okay, and we have another error because it's looping through the thing and it's looking for a thing called page URL, and we don't have a page URL and all of that. But you knew that was going to happen, right? You knew that that was going to happen. So I'm going to change this page URL to target URL. Going to change page title to slider title. The edit URL page is going to be sliders/create blah 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 blah. The view page URL, I haven't got a clue what that is actually. Oh yeah, row target URL, we can handle that. Then we've got row slider title that's going to come in, and I think with a bit of luck that should be it. So here we go, refresh. It's fantastic, Ola. It's absolutely fantastic. The only thing that I would do different though is I would flip the slider title and I'd have that as the first thing. It's more kind of easily recognizable, I think. So we'll have oh geez, I'm so sorry. We'll have slider title here, and so this vibe here is going to go somewhere like that. Okay, so that should look quite good, and I think it does. We've got the existing sliders and whatnot. We can view the target URL. This will take us to the pages where the sliders appear, and we can click in and we can edit the sliders as well. I think that will do for this video. Actually, one thing I'd like to throw in just at the end, and I've been editing and all of that, is that I haven't really rehearsed for any of this, and as I was editing I noticed little things everywhere. So for example, do you remember when we were doing the delete conf thing? So sliders delete conf, and it says, do you want to delete the entire slide? It should say slider. Okay, so there's a few wee things like that. Also remember that if this was a real website, okay, if this was a real example, I would be going through things like draw sortable list, and actually we don't even need that. And I would be going through all of the code with the different bits and pieces that we don't really need, and I would be taking that out and cleaning it up. I'm not going to do that though, because this has already been a very boring video, but hopefully you'll agree that it was also a very easy video. So thank you very much, stay cool, and I'll see you in the next video.